So, are we having a World War III?
There's a long answer and a short answer. I'll start with the short answer. The short answer is yes. I believe we are in the middle of World War III right now.
Already in the middle.
Already in the middle. I think what people don't recognize, to go to the long answer, is that war evolves, war changes, just like a virus, just like any one of us, right? At 35, you're not the same person you were at 25, and you're not the same person that you're going to be at 55. What happens is people think World War III is going to look like World War II. I don't know why people think that.
The generals fight the last war.
But they think that. But World War II didn't look like World War I. Vietnam didn't look like World War II. The Gulf War, the War on Terror, didn't look anything like the Vietnam War, right? So why do we keep thinking that World War III is going to look like bombers and tanks and nuclear weapons? That's not what World War III is going to look like. World War III is a war doctrinally, meaning what's taught in the Army war schools and the Air Force war schools, not just in the United States, but across all the first world countries. World War III is a war of what's called proxy war. Proxy war is when rich countries fund conflicts in small countries, also known as inter-state war, intra-state war, rather than inter-state war. Inter-state means two independent states invade and fight with each other. The closest thing we have to that right now is Russia and Ukraine.
But wouldn't that be the textbook definition of a proxy war?
It's not a textbook definition because it's a blend of the two.
Okay.
Syria is a textbook definition, right? Internal conflict led to a civil war that was funded by outside partners. The United States funded one side, Russia funded the other side, right? Textbook. Libya, textbook.
Got it. So because the U.S. is using Ukraine as a proxy, but with Russia.
And Russia did physically invade across the border, right? So it's a hybrid. But you're exactly right. Like what we're seeing is that starting with the war in Afghanistan, we started to leave the world of interstate war, where we invaded Afghanistan, and we started to go into a world of proxy conflict. Yemen was a proxy conflict. Syria was a proxy conflict. Libya was a proxy conflict. And we continue to keep seeing them happen. And that's just the United States. When you look at China, when you look at Russia, when you look at Turkey, when you look at Saudi Arabia, there are even more. There are many, many more conflict zones. There's 112 conflict zones in the world right now, all being funded by external countries that are funding a conflict in a third world country against a competitor to their country. Just like we're funding Ukraine, Russia and China are funding Russia, right? Like you look at Israel right now. Israel's struggling because the conflict was a very convenient proxy conflict against Iran, because Iran was funding Hezbollah, the United States was supporting Israel, but now it's gone out of control. And now it's starting to mutate into something different, right? With Benny Gantz leaving the war cabinet, you're even seeing Israel itself divided over how it's going to handle itself in Gaza.
Pause. Smash that like button, comment, tell a friend and tell a friend. This is the beginning, this is not the end. Now, I'm not trying to spread fear or anything along that nature. This channel is about education and awareness. And, we're just going to have a conversation. We're going to put it on out there, right? I think everything starts with a word, and a word leads to a conversation, right? Smash that like button if you agree. But do y'all believe, put a 1 in the chat if you believe that we're at war. And this is World War III. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't really believe that we're at war. Put a 3 in the chat if you see war like you did way back in the day or before. You think that, hey, yesterday's war is today's war. It's going to look the same. Okay? I personally think we're at war. It's World War III. Yes, it's not a civil war. It may not be like direct war, but it might not be tactical war. It may be a bit of strategic war, meaning that you have the U.S. funding or fighting or helping or aiding Ukraine, which everyone called that the laundromat. That's where you wash, rinse your money. Not financial advice. I'm just letting you guys know what's going on. You also have Russia aiding, China aiding Russia. You have the BRIC nation that's coming out. They want their own currency. You have Saudi Arabia that's part of the BRIC nation that's done with the petrodollar, which means that everything is connected to energy, right? At least that's how they want you to think. Everything is connected to the oil, the gas companies, the Shells, the Exxons, the Saudi Arabians, the Afghanistans, all the Brazilians, all the natural oil places, right? They have trillions and billions of dollars. So everything is connected to that. If everything is connected to that, and you have one of the largest producers of oil saying, you know what, we no longer want to trade in the U.S. oil anymore, that's strategic warfare. See, war may not go as physical as everybody want to see it. Bloodshed over there, guns popping off over there, 100 rounds, 10,000 rounds, 100 round bullets, everything. You think it's GTA. You want to see it like that. No. This war is fought intelligently, strategically, by different alliances. Some alliances are trading places, right? Some are obsolete. Some would say, okay, the last war the U.S. was in was what, Afghanistan or Iran, right? What happened to Iran? Can anyone leave down in the comments and let me know what happened in Iran? Because I think the United States got ran out of Iran. They got ran out so hard that they left their weaponry, their armors, all their technological advances, devices, maybe frequency that can stop you in the track, make you feel some type of way, hot sweat, feel like your body's heating up. This is a different type of modern warfare. So I do honestly believe that we're in World War III. It may not be direct. And I think if the world keep going the way it's going, it's gonna be direct. All civilization rise and fall. But the reason why I think they rise and fall, because no civilization is learning from their ancestors or prior or the next civilization. What made them rise and fall? That will be the ultimate question. So leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Are we currently in a war? We have the Israel, Hamas. We have Ukraine. Like the guy saying in the video, we're facing 112 conflicts. I said, whoa, proxy war. Yes, it is. 112 conflicts? 2024? You got the presidents going to war, Biden, Trump, everything is a conflict resolution, solution type of ordeal. And let me know, and this is how I know we're at war. Look at inflation, look at the prices, look at if everything is connected to oil and gas, right? And people are fighting over natural resources, then, which I don't see why you're fighting over something that's natural when we have other ways like hydrogen, right? Water that can produce energy, which is electricity, which can power your car, your house, all these things. I'm gonna do a video on, someone leave down in the comments. It's a Pacific Act. I think it's the Secrecy Act of 1951. And that goes to show you that they had inventions that can solve all of these problems that we have over 50 to 100 years ago. They choose to use these inventions for something else, but that's going to be another episode. That's how I know we're at war, because the old way of things, people want that to happen and continue to happen. That's how their family inherited billions and millions of dollars. But we have this new way of thing that the people are fighting for. The people are fighting for. So this might be a civil war coming to a city or an area or a region near you. On that note, once again, we're not spreading fear. We're just spreading awareness. We're just spreading awareness. On that note, peace, blessings, and love. Smash that like button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is the beginning. This is not the end. Another episode of the Healthy Discussion Show. Remember, positivity over negativity always. Boom.